Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into a topic that touches many of us. Whether you're single, in a new relationship, or navigating the complexities of a long-term partnership, we're going to talk about the invaluable lessons learned from navigating the unpredictable waters of love and breakups. Recently, I went through an unexpected but, in hindsight, understandable breakup after a 5-month relationship. It got me thinking about all the different faces of love and being single I've experienced. Before that, I was in a significant 5-year relationship from the age of 15 to 20. At the time, that was a quarter of my life. It shaped so much of who I was becoming. So, I've been single, I've been in long-term love, single again, in another relationship, and now here I am, single once more. This journey has given me a unique perspective, and I want to share it with you. This video is for anyone not currently in a relationship but hoping to find one, for those who've recently had their hearts broken, or even for those happily partnered up, because these 5 lessons are universal. These are the 5 lessons I've learned, in order with the last one probably being the hardest to accept. But trust me, it's one you absolutely should embrace for your own happiness. Let's dive into the first lesson. Be honest, and not just with others, but most importantly, be honest with yourself about what you truly want. Companionship is a fundamental human need. It's wired into us. We all seek connection, love, and someone to share our lives with. But you have to ask yourself, why do you want a girlfriend? Is it to fill a void? Are you feeling lonely? Or is it purely for that deep, enriching companionship? Here's a crucial truth. A girlfriend or partner shouldn't be there to fix you. They should be there to add to your life, to complement the amazing person you already are. When it comes to finding a partner, you want someone who truly aligns with you. The better your alignment, the smoother and happier your relationship will be. The more changes and adaptations you feel forced to make, the more it starts to feel like work, and the less authentic joy you'll experience. So here's what I recommend. Grab a journal. Write down 10 things about you, who you are, what you value, what stage of life you're in. For example, I value my space. I'm currently focusing on my career and personal growth, and I need a partner who accepts that. I'm also active and spontaneous. I love trying new things. These are parts of me that are non-negotiable. Now flip the page. Write down 10 qualities you'd want in a potential partner. Someone who would best align with your 10 things. If I value my personal space, I need someone who understands and accepts that. Someone who is ambitious in their own life too. My recent relationship ended because of this exact misalignment. She wanted more attention, hours of FaceTime while she studied. I told her I'm 23, focused on my career, balancing many priorities. I couldn't give her my full, undivided attention all the time. I explained that I cared deeply, I wanted us to last, and I would still call, text daily, and see her 3 times a week. But I needed her to be okay with me balancing my life across all my priorities. It was a matter of understanding my phase of life. It wasn't her fault, and it wasn't mine either. We simply had different expectations for the relationship that we couldn't fulfill for each other. That brings us to lesson number 2, which is super important. Be direct with your partner. Don't let love blind you. A lot of times you can become a version of yourself that isn't truly you, simply to fulfill what you think they're looking for. But you have to give them you, the real, authentic you, not the person they want you to be. In my first 5-year relationship, this is where I struggled immensely. I felt like I was always walking on eggshells, terrified of upsetting her. I would give in to doing things simply because I knew it would please her, even though I didn't truly want to do them. That was a hard lesson learned, moving from one relationship to the other. In my first, I sacrificed my own desires. But in my most recent relationship, when my partner wanted hours of FaceTime, I was direct. I explained my current life stage and priorities. I made it clear why I couldn't do that, and that if it wouldn't work, then it wouldn't. This directness, though difficult, was better for both of us. Instead of forcing myself into something I didn't want, things ended earlier, preventing prolonged unhappiness for both of us. You have to make sure your partner understands who you are and how you are, and make that clear from the very beginning. Don't get me wrong, sacrifice to a certain extent is important. Not everything will go your way, and adaptations are necessary for a relationship to thrive. But when it comes to sacrificing your own happiness for someone else, that's when you know you're doing something wrong. That's when you need to draw the line. Now, before I get into any relationship, I always lay everything directly on the table. Who I am, what I expect, how I am. They know what to expect from me. No curveballs. They know how I am, how I act, and where my head is at. The third lesson, something that is incredibly hard to accept but crucial: enjoy your own presence, always. Whether you're in a relationship before one or after one, you should always enjoy your own presence. This is about valuing yourself. After my first 5-year relationship ended when I was 20, I was single for 2 years. And within those 2 years, I grew more as a person than I ever had in my life. I grew my content creation career from 0 to millions of followers. I started businesses. I was building my own empire. I saw my friends more often, building deeper connections. I spent quality time with my family, becoming closer than ever. I focused on myself, got in the best shape of my life, working out daily, watching my nutrition, journaling, meditating. I was actively learning, reading books, watching podcasts. I was alone, but I wasn't lonely, because lonely is not being happy alone. I was truly enjoying my own presence, and as a result, it made me a better version of myself for my future partner. That's not to say you can't grow in a relationship. In fact, what I've noticed is that having the right partner can actually be less of a distraction. If you have the right girlfriend who gives you your space, your time, and understands who you are, you tend to focus more on your goals. It works both ways. Whether single or in a relationship, use your time wisely. Focus not only on your love life, but also on personal growth, family, and friends. Always make sure you value yourself, enjoy your own presence, and focus on your continuous growth, no matter your relationship status. Lesson number 4, for anyone who's just gotten out of a relationship, been broken up with, or had their heart shattered, you'll always find someone else. The biggest thing people always say is, "I'll never find anyone like her." And that's true. You won't find anyone exactly like her. There are no two people on this earth who are the same. But that doesn't mean she was the best for you. You might find someone who is better for you. It's hard to let go of anyone or anything that's been a part of your life, even if deep down you know it's not meant to be, simply because you care. However, when things end, you move on. You focus on yourself, you put your head forward, and you continue. Life goes on, and time is always on your side. With time, wonderful things happen. You get over people, you forget, you move on. So after a breakup, you take it on the chin, appreciate it, reflect, learn, and then move on. And finally, the last lesson, one that is very hard for many to accept, but you must. It's okay to be single. Especially if you're under 25, I know you want that companionship, and you will get it one day. But please, don't rush it. Right now, you have a privilege, your full, undivided attention towards yourself and your personal growth. Use that. Prioritize that. I always think of everything I'm doing now as being for my future family, my future wife, and being able to provide for those around me. For those in a relationship wanting to end it but are too scared, I was terrified to break up with my first partner after 5 years, fearing I'd break her heart. But 3 years later, she's doing well. I'm moving on. Time heals. Do yourself and your partner a favor. If it's not right, end it. One of the biggest things, whether single or in a relationship, is knowing how to speak, socialize, and connect with people. That's how you build connections. Many people focus on self-improvement, but take it the wrong way, tending to isolate themselves. They work out, journal, learn, but neglect social skills. My approach has been different. A mix of focusing on myself and developing my social skills, learning how to connect with others, That's why I just launched my brand new social skills guide in my private community, the S-Class. It's designed to take you from introverted to confident. We have weekly calls, a private community for like-minded individuals, workout programs, nutrition guides, a hub to become your best self. The first 100 people get a discount. Link in description.